it is my honor to welcome your commencement speaker and our Secretary of Labor, Hilda L. Solis.
My parents met in Los Angeles in a citizenship class. They married and they raised their 7 children in Los Angeles, and both of them came to this country as immigrants, but they knew, I guess from the get-go, that they wanted to be a part of this great country, and part of it was learning to speak the language and becoming a part of it in our society. My parents worked very hard. My father in a battery recycling plant. After my mother had her first 5 children, she then had to go to work because it was impossible to live off of one income. And so I knew they worked very hard, and I knew that I didn't want to have to go through the hardship and sacrifice that they had to make. And I knew one way of having to avoid that was getting a higher education. So they were very supportive, and as a result of my going to college, my younger siblings all graduated. I was very fortunate that in high school I had a former history teacher who I ran into at high school when I was in around 11th grade, Mr. Sanchez, and he was now the college counselor, and he had asked me if I was planning on going to college, and I actually told him no. I mean, we couldn't afford it. My family was working class, both of them worked, and 7 children. I was the middle child, and there was no way my parents could afford to send us to college. If we graduated from high school, for them, they thought that was enough. But Mr. Sanchez said, well, Hilda, you really should think about it. You can go to college. And he explained to me the process, helped me fill out my applications, and I was very fortunate that I was admitted. But had I not run into him and he sat me down and really walked me through the process and gave me good information about what programs exist that could help me, I probably wouldn't be here standing as a labor secretary, because my life would have been completely different. I think it's always good to reinforce to people that even though no one has gone to college in your family, that doesn't mean that you can't aspire and have that dream. There was another counselor that I had that actually told me that I shouldn't go to college, that I wasn't prepared for college. And he said, why don't you become a secretary? And now I can gladly say, well, he had it half right, because now I'm the Secretary of Labor. I was very interested in coming because I had heard so much about the campus and the very high rate of graduation in the STEM area and the very highly technical area, which is something that we should really celebrate. So I'm happy to be here to represent the administration and to give a strong message that the administration is strongly behind education, post-secondary education, and in order for us to compete in a global market, we have to have the very highly educated working class, a class of people that are going to be able to compete around the world.